Hey, Steelers Nation. The air is buzzing with anticipation after one of the most talked about coaching hires in recent memory. And it's time to break down everything that's happened since Mike McCarthy stepped into the role as the new head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. From the very moment he was introduced, the reactions have been as varied as the weather in January here in the Steel City. Some fans are absolutely thrilled, ready to embrace what they see as a proven leader, while others have been left scratching their heads, questioning how the decision was made and what it really means for the future of the franchise. One thing is clear, though. Emotions ran high, and McCarthy's arrival has already reminded everyone why Pittsburgh takes its football seriously. When McCarthy appeared at his introductory press conference, it was evident just how much this city and this team mean to him. You could see it in the way he spoke about donning the Steelers' colors, the same colors that generations of players have carried with pride. He didn't just talk about football. He spoke about responsibility, tradition, and stewardship. The words weren't just lip service, they carried weight. He acknowledged the trust placed in him by the Rooney family and the organization, expressing gratitude for being part of a franchise with one of the richest histories in all of sports. From the moment he stepped onto the podium, it was obvious that this wasn't just a job for him. This was personal. Pittsburgh is home, and he wears that hometown pride with every ounce of sincerity. The emotional undertone of his introduction was palpable. McCarthy's eyes wandered across the room, catching glimpses of family members and familiar faces from the Steelers' past and present, and you could see the genuine pride and gratitude in his demeanor. It's rare to witness a coach so visibly moved by stepping into a new role, but here in Pittsburgh, that kind of authenticity resonates deeply. This city doesn't just follow football. It lives it, breathes it, and measures it in ways few other cities do. Every game, every decision, every hire is weighed against the backdrop of decades of tradition. McCarthy, in his first moments as head coach, made it clear that he not only understands that culture, but he intends to honor it. At the same time, there's no denying that the process leading up to his hiring was contentious. Many fans have expressed frustration with how the Steelers approached the search, pointing to a lack of transparency and a process that seemed rushed. McCarthy wasn't the product of an exhaustive vetting of multiple candidates. Rather, it felt as if the decision was made with haste, sparking criticism from fans who felt the franchise owed them a more thorough and thoughtful evaluation. Yet, despite these concerns, it's important to separate the process from the person. McCarthy didn't orchestrate the hiring procedure, and judging him based on the mechanics of the search would be unfair. His responsibility is to coach, to lead, and to build a team capable of competing at the highest level. And that work is just beginning. What stood out most during the introduction was his emphasis on leadership and stewardship. McCarthy referred to the role of head coach not as a permanent crown, but as a position of responsibility, a continuation of a legacy passed down through the Steelers' history from one steward to the next. He acknowledged that he won't be here forever, but during his tenure, he intends to honor the principles that have kept the franchise competitive and respected. It's a mindset that mirrors the ethos of Pittsburgh itself. Hard work, loyalty, and a commitment to something bigger than oneself. Whether it's executing plays on the field or guiding the team through the inevitable ups and downs of a season, his approach already reflects a deep understanding of what it means to lead here. Fans' reactions have been all over the place. Some have focused on the nostalgic elements, pointing to McCarthy's connection to the area and his prior accomplishments, while others remain skeptical, demanding more substance and tangible results before offering full support. Comments on social media, fan forums, and team apps reveal a clear divide. Admiration for his character and experience on one hand, and concern about the process and potential coaching philosophy on the other. What's striking, though, is that even those who were critical of the process rarely questioned his competence or character. There's a collective recognition that McCarthy's track record speaks for itself, even if the hiring method left room for doubt. As the team moves forward, all eyes are now on the decisions McCarthy will make regarding coordinators, staff, and the overall strategy for the upcoming seasons. He has expressed a desire not merely to follow trends, but to set them, to innovate and position the Steelers at the forefront of the game. His approach to quarterback play, offensive schemes, and team culture will define his legacy here more than any press conference or introductory speech ever could. The foundation has been laid, and the real work begins now. Every call, every decision, and every play on the field will be a reflection of how well he adapts to the Steelers' environment while imprinting his own philosophy on the team. It's also worth noting the emotional resonance of McCarthy's arrival with the broader Steelers community. Pittsburgh fans understand loyalty and dedication. They see their team as an extension of the city itself, and when a new leader comes in, the stakes are incredibly high. McCarthy's genuine attachment to the city, his acknowledgement of its history, and his visible connection to the players and fans already set him apart from what many would consider a typical coaching hire. The challenge now is translating that emotional connection into results on the field. History shows that Pittsburgh demands success, and any coach here must deliver it while upholding the values that have made the franchise iconic. There's a balance to strike between honoring the past and moving forward. McCarthy, in his early statements, has demonstrated an awareness of that balance. He's not here to rewrite the Steelers' identity, but to guide it into the next era. Whether it's through player development, innovative play calling, or building a cohesive and motivated staff, the next chapter of Steelers football begins under his leadership. Every decision, every strategy, every practice will be scrutinized, as Pittsburgh fans are as passionate as they come. But they also recognize authenticity, and McCarthy's first steps suggest he understands the weight of this responsibility. While fans debate and dissect every word from his press conference, the real judgment will come on the field. Success will be measured in wins, in playoff runs, in how the team responds to adversity, and in how well McCarthy's leadership inspires both players and the fan base. Early impressions matter, but they are merely the beginning. The Steelers have always been defined by resilience, character, and toughness, and any new coach must embody those qualities. McCarthy's challenge is to take a storied team steeped in tradition and elevate it while staying true to the identity that Pittsburgh cherishes above all else. At the heart of it all, what makes this hire significant is the alignment of values. Pittsburgh is a city that prizes hard work, loyalty, and pride, and McCarthy's approach seems to resonate with those ideals. The mixture of anticipation, skepticism, and genuine excitement is natural, but it's clear that he has already made a personal connection with the city and the fan base. From his heartfelt remarks to his acknowledgement of the franchise's history, McCarthy signaled that he doesn't take this opportunity lightly. There's a sense of responsibility here that goes beyond wins and losses. It's about stewarding a legacy, inspiring a team, and leading a community that lives and breathes Steelers football. As we move into the next phase of his tenure, the questions become increasingly specific. How will he structure the coaching staff? What offensive and defensive philosophies will he emphasize? How will he integrate new talent and develop the existing roster? These are the issues that will ultimately define the success of his hire. For now, the focus remains on the excitement and optimism that comes with a new leader, a renewed energy in the locker room, and a city ready to rally behind one of its own. Pittsburgh is watching, and McCarthy has set the stage for a journey that will be measured not only in results, but in how well he embodies the spirit of the Steelers and the city they represent. As we move deeper into the early days of Mike McCarthy's tenure, it becomes increasingly clear that Pittsburgh is entering a period of both expectation and scrutiny. The fan base is passionate and vocal, and rightfully so. This city has been built on hard work, resilience, and pride, and its football team reflects all of those qualities. McCarthy steps into a role that demands more than just knowledge of the game. He must understand the culture, navigate the pressures, and embody the spirit of a franchise that has been synonymous with toughness for decades. His first days have been a mix of symbolism and sincerity, a chance to convey that he isn't just coming here to coach football, but to uphold a legacy that extends far beyond the X's and O's. The introduction press conference revealed a man who is acutely aware of the responsibility he carries. From his reflections on wearing the Steelers' colors to his acknowledgement of the organization's leadership, McCarthy communicated an understanding of stewardship. He isn't here for personal glory. He's here to guide, to lead, and to honor the traditions of a team that has consistently been defined by integrity, perseverance, and a sense of purpose. In a league that often values results over principles, this focus on character is a subtle yet powerful statement. The balance between respecting history and driving innovation will define his tenure. And so far, McCarthy appears poised to embrace both. Fans are quick to analyze and critique every decision, from hiring to press conferences, and rightfully so. Football in Pittsburgh isn't just a pastime. It's a reflection of the city's identity. That's why every statement, every gesture, every word from McCarthy is dissected in forums, podcasts, and social media feeds. While some observers have voiced frustration over the hiring process, it's critical to separate that procedural critique from the coach himself. McCarthy's arrival is not a commentary on how the search was conducted. It's a moment to observe, to assess, and to anticipate how he will lead a team with high expectations and a storied past. The contrast between the imperfect process and the promise of leadership creates a tension that is impossible to ignore. One of the most fascinating aspects of this hire is McCarthy's emphasis on continuity and innovation simultaneously. He spoke about moving beyond trends while positioning the Steelers at the forefront of modern football strategies. There's a clear intent not to merely replicate what other teams are doing, but to redefine aspects of the game within the context of Pittsburgh's identity. This mindset speaks volumes about his approach to leadership: thoughtful, strategic, and forward-looking, yet grounded in a deep respect for the team's history and values. How he implements this philosophy through coordinators, practice routines, and game planning will be the true measure of his early success. In his first remarks, McCarthy also highlighted the notion of stewardship, an idea that goes beyond coaching and extends to shaping the team's culture. He recognized that he inherited a legacy, one that has been meticulously built over decades, and he expressed a commitment to maintaining that standard. There's a sense of humility in acknowledging that he is one link in a chain of leadership rather than the ultimate authority. It's a refreshing perspective in a sport that often elevates personality over substance. For Pittsburgh fans, this understanding of continuity and legacy resonates deeply, reminding them that the franchise's strength has always come from shared values rather than individual egos. Reaction to the hiring has been mixed, but there is an overarching theme of optimism tempered by caution. Many fans express concern about the process, yet nearly all concede that McCarthy himself is a capable, experienced, and diligent coach. There is a recognition that he didn't engineer the process, and that while administrative missteps might have occurred, the focus should remain on his performance moving forward. It's a distinction that underscores the maturity and nuance of Steelers Nation. Criticism of management does not automatically translate to criticism of leadership. McCarthy's role is to lead on the field, and judging him on the mechanics of the hiring process will be both unfair and premature. Looking ahead, the critical questions revolve around implementation. What style of offense and defense will he champion? How will he shape the coaching staff? Which players will emerge under his guidance? And how will he develop the team's young talent? These decisions will ultimately define whether his tenure is seen as a success or a missed opportunity. Fans are watching closely, not just to see plays drawn up on a whiteboard, but to witness a philosophy in action, a vision translating into measurable results and team cohesion. McCarthy's ability to align strategy, personnel, and culture will determine the trajectory of the Steelers in both the short and long term. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has set the rumor mills ablaze, the Pittsburgh Steelers appear to be quietly reshaping their strategy behind the scenes. Sources close to the organization hint that the team made a silent pick, a decision shrouded in secrecy, yet its implications could reverberate throughout the league. The quiet nature of the move has left fans and analysts alike scrambling to piece together the puzzle, and one name has suddenly surged into the spotlight: Anthony Weaver. Weaver, long known for his versatility and tactical acumen, is reportedly climbing the Steelers' internal rankings, gaining traction as a potential game-changer for the team's future. Insiders suggest that his ascent may not be coincidental. Rather, it could reflect a deeper, strategic pivot from Pittsburgh's front office, a shift that emphasizes adaptability and long-term planning over headline-grabbing moves. While the organization has remained tight-lipped, whispers in coaching circles indicate that Weaver's skill set aligns with what the Steelers are seeking: a blend of raw talent, strategic understanding, and a relentless drive that could inject new energy into a squad eager to reclaim its competitive edge. Observers are speculating that this silent selection could signal a broader overhaul, one that doesn't merely shuffle existing personnel but recalibrates the team's core philosophy. Could Weaver be the centerpiece of this quiet revolution? Some analysts believe so, pointing to his recent performance patterns and leadership qualities as indicators that he is being groomed for a more prominent role. Meanwhile, the Steelers' fan base is caught between intrigue and impatience, with social media buzzing with theories and predictions. Each whisper seems to feed the narrative that Pittsburgh is quietly positioning itself for something bigger, something that may only reveal its true impact once the season unfolds. As the speculation continues, the intrigue around Weaver's rise grows stronger. Was this silent pick a tactical masterstroke, or simply a gamble on potential? For now, the Steelers remain enigmatic, and Weaver's name is the one echoing the loudest in the corridors of rumor, a symbol of a team whose next move could redefine its trajectory, all while keeping the league guessing. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.